President Trump's executive order states, if you're going to claim to be a platform and you're going to start deleting people's tweets or adding to them, then you better have a damn good faith reason. So what was the executive order? Why does it matter to you? It was long. I'm going to give you the takeaways because, as Joe says on the show, the Dan Bongino Show, everything you need to hear in an hour. I found the best summary, a little lengthy but worth your time, at Legal Insurrection. The article will be in the show notes again if you'd like to read it, the full thing. It's worth your time. Here's a piece by the great William Jacobson. Trump signs executive order on social media bias. Now, there are a few critical takeaways. Remember what I discussed yesterday. If you claim to be a platform, a neutral platform like Twitter claims and Facebook, you are not subject to certain lawsuits that publishers would be. I just addressed that. But in order to claim you're a platform, you have to meet certain standards. The president's executive order addresses some of this now. Let's go to the legal insurrection piece. I want to show you what it means in the takeaways and why Twitter could find themselves in a world of hot water. There are some downsides to this too. So, in the executive order, it says the conditions, I'll translate this for you. The conditions under which an action restricting access or availability of material is not taken in good faith with the meaning of subparagraph such and such of section 230. Particularly whether actions can be taken in good faith if they are, I'll translate, don't worry, deceptive, pretextual, or inconsistent with a provider's term of service, taken after failing to provide adequate notice, reasoned explanation, or a meaningful opportunity to be heard, and any other proposed regulations that the NTIA concludes may be appropriate to advance the policy described in the subsection. What does that mean? It means this. President Trump's executive order states, if you're going to claim to be a platform and you're going to start deleting people's tweets or adding to them, then you better have a damn good faith reason. And if you can't say what that good faith reason is outside of your political differences with the president of the United States, then you are going to lose your platform status and you're subject to lawsuits too. It's simple as that. Having said that, I believe Twitter is a publisher. I don't believe they are a platform anymore. I believe they don't even care at this point. I think they're just virtue signaling to the left. Hey, if you're going to regulate us, at least regulate us so we can regulate our competitors away. Having said that, though, if we do enact the executive order, ladies and gentlemen, there will be some downsides. It's my responsibility here to give you the truth. If you operate a website and you have a comments section on your website and people say something defamatory, if this goes away, there's a small possibility you could be sued as well. So there is a downside to this, and I think we're going to have to massage this and get through this together. I just want to be clear. You know, we don't argue on emotion like the left does. And the emotions are hot right now because Twitter's engaged in a full-blown attack on the president of the United States. Now, doubling down Twitter, remember what they did yesterday? They put a fake fact check that got fact checked, and was it 2 days ago? They put a fact check on the president's vote by mail tweet. The fact check was wrong, by the way. So Twitter's now only fact checking Republican candidates for president. President's still a candidate, even though he's a president. He's not term limited. He's not termed out. So just to be clear, we're fact checking only Republicans. Now they doubled down this morning. I woke up to this. I had to read this story twice. I thought it was fake. The president tweeted this. You'll see let's put up the tweet. He tweeted about, he said, I can't stand back and watch what's happening in Minneapolis. It's a lack of leadership. Either way, the radical left mayor better get his act together and bring the city under control, or I'll send in the National Guard and get the job done, right? ... Meaning there's more to the tweet. Well, if you want to go on and read the rest of the tweet, this is real. We didn't Photoshop this. Twitter put a note over the tweet. You have to watch the note first before you can read the rest of what President Trump tweeted. Twitter put a note saying, talking about President Trump's tweet, the subsequent one, this tweet violated the Twitter rules about glorifying violence. However, Twitter has determined that it may be in the public interest for the tweet to remain accessible. Folks, they've given up. Twitter has given up. They are entirely in the virtue signaling business to the left now, hoping that the regulations that are coming their way, no matter what, will only work in their favor as the leftists contour them, which will allow them to get rid of their competitors. Twitter has entirely given up on neutrality. You may say, well, what was under that warning label? What was so bad? Did the president say, go murder someone or something? No. The president said, quote, these thugs are dishonoring the memory of George Floyd, which is correct. And I'm not going to let that happen. Just spoke to Governor Walz and told him that the military is with him all the way. Any difficulty, we'll assume control. But when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Thank you. I'm reasonably confident the president wasn't talking about shooting looters. He was talking about when looting starts, he's probably seen those Twitter videos of people standing in front of their stores armed. They're all over Twitter. Of course, if you're not on Twitter, you probably miss that. I'm talking about the liberals. They put a warning over that so you can't see it. So again, I'm just asking people in my audience and elsewhere, even the liberals who watch my show, and I know I see you commenting and sending us really horrible tweets and everything. That's fine. Nasty emails. We're used to it. The rules are what? If you call someone a thug who's destroying, in many cases, minority-owned businesses in a minority community, eager to recover from the Wuhan virus and this tragedy of the death of George Floyd, that you're supposed to call them what? What are we supposed to call them? Undocumented protesters? These are rioters. They're acting like thugs. So President Trump tweeted the word thugs. Cue, of course, the divisive identity politics folks out there. That must be racist. Really interesting. Let's play this video of one President Barack Obama, 44, Barack Obama, number 4, remember, prior to 45, this president, talking about the riots in Baltimore with Freddie Gray. And again, he uses a word at the end. Clearly, this must be racist. Check this out.
The case of Mr. Gray, and that accountability needs to exist. And I think we have to give them credit. My understanding is you've got some of the same organizers now going back into these communities to try to clean up in the aftermath of a handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who tore up the place.
I'm just asking you, what are the rules, folks? I mean, is this not a reasonable question? Do you understand how people who are genuinely concerned about what's going on and are equally angry about the death of Mr. Floyd, the death of people in these riots? Someone died. The destruction of businesses and properties and the destruction of a great city. You see how we can be equally angry about all those things and how that anger's manifested? And these people are acting like thugs. And I want to note there that Barack Obama corrected himself to call them thugs. Did you listen to it? He calls them protesters and then corrects himself. Not the other way around, that he calls them thugs and then corrects himself to call them protesters. USA Today. Here's a piece about Obama on this. Again, where were the leftists calling Barack Obama a racist? The answer is nowhere. Obama stands by the term thugs, White House says. David Jackson, USA Today. I'll put this article up in the show notes, even though it's from years ago, for you to reference for your liberal friends who, again, aren't eager to solve this problem. They're just eager to call you a racist for trying to solve this problem. I'm done dealing with the media. I'm telling you, I have no respect for a lot of these media folks at all. They are nothing more than identity politics division specialists. The only thing they do best is waking up in the morning, deciding every day how to divide further the American public and inflame tensions. It's absolutely disgusting.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.